Thanks. It's 11 o'clock. Still in Sedona. It's the last day in Sedona. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. We'll go to Crystal Beings and the original root race. We have folks here to ask questions, so hopefully they can hear them. We'll do it best we can there. Okay. All right. Blessings. There we go. Brings you. Yes, we are crystal beings. We are from Sirius. We are beings that can shift dimensions, shift realities very quickly. Some of you might remember some of us, or memory, some kind of memory block can be cleared. Basically, we can live in space and other realities. Basically, it's another version of space where we can just shoot through, anywhere we want to go. Basically, it's kind of like the Silver Surfer, you can say. We're beings that just basically we can also be seen as shooting stars. So our vibrations, as we can connect to matter and go through it, we can also create matter or frequencies. And we can also have children, meaning that we have a collective energy with us to create matter, create a crystal city if we like to, if it will assist others, and basically others can connect to our magnetic energy and grow with us. And some of us do. Yes, we have 2 eyes. We have no eyes. We have 3 eyes. We can change our shape at any time we like. But of course, we are with your world. Basically, souls, some lost souls actually became crystal energies and actually left a higher frequency here, actually. So you'd be surprised how lost souls can leave a positive residue, even if they are lost here. It's like they leave their frequency, create a crystal energy, and then they can go into the lower realms and wander around. And eventually you can find themselves as a crystal energy. So if you have any questions, we have to assist. If anyone has any questions.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. You said that we can remember, or if we have memory blocks, we can, remove those with working with crystals. Can someone work with them and remove some of those memory blocks so that we can reactivate and access more?
Yes. Well, it's like going through your chakras. It's almost like crystallizing your chakras. It's not the easiest thing to unlock, but basically it's like visualizing yourself as, you don't necessarily have to visualize yourself as a crystal frequency. That's one way. Basically, as an energy field, a higher dimensional energy field, like I said, like a shooting star or a sun rays, and just what does that look like to you? And that can also help break some blockages through. Basically, a lot of your blockages usually are around the root chakra. That has to do with the programming of this reality.
Is that for people in general, where the root chakra is the biggest block that they have to deal with, or is that for me personally?
No, the people in general, that'd be mostly all chakras are usually shut down.
But in my case, he's talking
In
about
your case, it'd be crown chakra. It's not completely closed. It's just partially closed because it can be too much sometimes. I think you know that sometimes. I think.
Yeah, I think I had somebody that performed Reiki mention something about seeing something coming out of my head. So
Yes.
interesting.
I don't think that was a bad thing though, but it might be a little strange for some that aren't used to something like that.
Yeah, that's something we're looking into definitely later. You also said that you can appear like shooting stars. Do you communicate with people and
Yes.
and show up as shooting stars to them?
Yes, we can. We can connect it to an alien energy also to appear here as a shooting star. Basically, we can connect to an alien race and bring some of their knowledge here also. So sometimes we can penetrate energy fields very easily. And we're just a crystal. We come out of nowhere. We come out from another dimension into your reality, just like that. It's really difficult for other beings to stop us.
You just create portals.
Yes, it doesn't mean we're going to show up here in humanoid form. Technically, we could, but there's not a need for it right now. But yes.
Are you doing it just to play?
Mm,
Or what?
yes, somewhat. To help the vibration, basically the light and the frequencies here. So yes, there are some playful energies there. Yes, it's about lighting the energy field here. As you can see, it's very dense here.
Yeah.
It's like a rain cloud around the planet.
Can you see what everybody's chakras need to be worked on?
Everybody in this room,
Yeah.
I say just the crown chakra. Just work on that. We'll just do it to keep it general for that. That one's not usually connected to usually. I believe most of your root chakras are pretty open.
Is that by design to keep us grounded here in the human experience? I mean, if
That's
we're
also-
just getting downloads left and right through our crown chakra.
You can be overloaded though.
Right, right.
So sometimes it's good to turn the channel, to just turn it off to look for more of a fit, where it's out of focus, you could say. Because basically you're just a satellite receiving. And sometimes you have to muffle the connection for your own safety, of course. Any questions?
Can you pick up on my soul origins?
Yes, I feel serious. And there is a lot of palladium, though, a lot. But I feel like much of your experiences, your early experiences, at least as a human, started in Sirius. Probably because it was too intense, so you connected more to palladiums over time. Thank you. I do see a lot of animals over time.
Can you tell me where my soul origin's from?
And well, I don't think this is soul origin. But I do see a lot of Martian energy with you. I don't believe it's an origin though. I do see Saturn. I see Mars. Was it Jupiter? Yeah, you've been around the solar system a lot. Just it's like cubic walls. So you could go to one planet, then you go to the other one, and you go around. It's like you're stationed here or something. I believe you're more protecting this solar system from what I can see. Beings that don't understand it. So there's a galactic lineage. Now your origins are not clear. It's fuzzy. They don't want you to know. Well, at least not me to know. At least. But it seems like you've been here for a while. Somebody's at the door.
Notice a lot of people, love their crystals and work with them
Mhm.
here. Is there any particular crystal native to Sedona that would like, us to take back with us, particularly before we leave, or is any crystal calling?
Only like a sand crystal. Not sure there's even a name for that. A crystal with a lot of sand around it. Not sure. I don't really have a name for it. But sandy crystals are very powerful. I guess
Sandy?
yes. I don't have a name for them though.
Does fulgurite resonate?
Yes, that's one. Yes, there's several different kinds. They're rare though. From what I can gather. Basically, it's a rare crystal. It's a good one. Not to say other ones are bad, but if it's rare in your area, it has a lot of power to it, most likely. Which doesn't help much, I know. It's a mystery. It's supposed to be that way.
About myself and the issues that I'm having in what it seems to be solar plexus area in the nervous system. With the nervous system overload, release, trauma stuff.
Yeah, I feel Galactic Wars, reptilian energies. I feel like you've escaped reptilian prison for one time. But I see like going translucent, meaning like you can went from matter to where you can just go through a wall basically. It's kind of like you had to force that energy. So it's like you're kind of. It does feel like you're kind of like stabbed in that area. I just see the zeta energy there too.
Any guidance on steps to use that?
Well, it's up to you. You can do a meditation there to like just show your let your solar plexus appear to you, and just let release what needs to be released. Part of it is part of your contract also, but it feels like just a galactic wound. It has to do with your artwork though. It's like you're going back to your memories, ancient memories, and so you're kind of connecting to your akashic. So
It's also this lifetime too, right?
yes,
Yeah, a lot of stuff that's been done to me this lifetime.
yes, but that has to also do with the galactic lifetimes also.
Yeah.
Like this life is married. It's like you're doing it in a human version.
Any physical thing, because it's a very physical thing.
Yeah, it's like a knot. Yes.
Yeah.
Just it's not. It's like a karmic connection. Just do all the releasing you can in that area.
Just do whatever.
Yes, it's a hard one to release.
Oh, he demonstrates. It's kind of like my body.
Any other questions?
Yeah, it was brought up that one of my grandfathers was involved in my lab.
Mhm.
Is that an adopted grandfather, or is there any more of what the involvement was with my lab?
Doesn't seem like it's adopted. No, I feel like it was very short. There was definitely a Zeta presence there. That's all. Yes, go ahead.
Is there any generational thing?
Only thing I'm seeing, like, well, yes, because you visit. Well, for yourself, you visited ships. I do see a lot of Zeta energies around you when you're younger. You might not remember it, but I see around 5 years old. Not to say it was a negative interaction, but I do see you had a visitation, a major one actually. I don't see any implants, which is good.
Is there anything for the dream blockage?
Seems like it's reptilian related. Has to do with traumas in a past life. There is some, what do you call it, the secret space program stuff. There is some kind of memory there. That's from another version of you, though. There is something there, though, like a locked memory.
What can I do to unlock it?
Meditation. What would it look like? I see Saturn and Venus connected to it. Like your other self was there, always was there. It's still there. It's not making itself clear.
I used to have nightmares constantly for years about spider beings,
Mm.
spiders.
Oh, nice.
Not really. I'm just curious if that was more of memories.
Yes.
It's really very much.
Yes,
like
you're
this.
yes, giant ones. Yes,
Yes.
ones that want to do experiments on you. Yes, he did escape. It's like something you see out of a movie. Yes, it was. Yes, I understand. Very terrifying. Yes. Well, it's like they're living secretly on this world of yours, and it's,
Jungle.
yeah, somehow you just started discovering them, and you found their lair, and kind of wish you didn't, and you had to escape them. So yeah, it feels like it's more past life memories, though, like from another reality. But technically, it's still happening in some form. Yeah, the spider beings are from Orion, and it was like the world they're on. They shouldn't have been there to begin with. So
any questions for the crystal beings?
I could ask another question about my case. Is there anything you could say about my, I believe I have a Lyran twin flame situation.
Mhm.
That we've been looking for each other for a long time. Is there anything that could help that?
This is somebody that you know or you don't know, or
It's another version of myself that stayed in the original Lyran form,
Mhm.
but I got pulled into this incarnation cycle,
Mhm.
and it's been a while, and she has been appearing to me,
Mhm.
and it feels like I have more of a connection now than ever before. But I was just wondering, maybe I'm just asking for confirmation.
Well, you open up. You're opening up more spiritually, so you're connected to that consciousness in the astral.
Mhm.
I don't see that being coming here in the physical though. So it's for you to make that astral connection.
It's more of an astral in
Yeah.
this lifetime.
Yeah, if you
that's-
made some kind of twin flame or something, it'd be a different soul altogether in this reality, in the physical.
it would be a different soul.
Most likely, yes. But that Lyran being is very close to you, yes. Well, as you become more awakened, more connected, however you word it, yeah, his energy is getting closer to.
And so is that kind of like part of my soul mission, is to get more connected to this?
That's up to you. Yes, it can be. Yes.
I mean,
It's what-
that's part of like a way for me to evolve my soul.
Yes, you decide on that though.
If I
Yes,
choose.
if you choose, correct. Yes, it's where where you want it to go. It's like any other relationship, how you want it to grow.
Okay. But it's only gonna be on astral level.
Far as I can see, yes, unless you can find a way to manifest them in the physical, which always could happen. And yeah, that would be quite the sight. It can happen. There's always a possibility.
I have a question.
I'd like to talk about the sapphire crystal children specifically. If
Mhm.
there's any sort of recent updates maybe on that collective in incarnating on Earth or doing some sort of specific mission. I know that there's the British Royals wear a lot of sapphires also. Just been getting a lot of that lately. So
Well, they like to keep to themselves. Yes, it's very actually small numbers of them. There is some in the royal family. They're trying to do the right thing. But yeah, they're careful with their numbers because it seems like there's too many of them, and they start making a lot of mistakes. Like the fewer of them, the better. Like the less they are connected to each other, the more they're scattered out. Because when they connect to each other, it can be like their own worst enemy. But if they're separated, connected to crystal children, other children, they seem to work better. So as their mission is to be separated from each other, and just do yeah, they could do something can connect to light language pretty powerfully, and other spiritual modality. The light language is very strong with them. So the mission is there's so many of them, it's hard to say what mission there is, but it's basically the light and the frequencies of this reality. Of course, the royal families are trying to do that in their own way. How that's going is another story. Yes. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. If you cut a crystal to the angles that are in a Freemason symbol, does that create a vortex in the middle of the crystal?
It
Is
can,
it quartz?
well, you can do any type of symbol; it will do the same thing, but that will have a certain frequency to it. So anything you create will have its own frequency. So yeah, they'll have the more Freemason frequency. And just be careful with that one.
What is that?
It's not the best of realms because it's already been hijacked. So it can bring something good, but usually it brings something not so pleasant. It's like almost like having a closet full of beings that are questionable. But if you want to create one, please do just cleanse it in some form. Yes.
Do you know where the Freemason knowledge comes from? Or even the Illuminati information comes from?
Oh, several other civilizations, all these hidden realities. It goes on and on. There's no one set place. It's
Can you tell something about Tartaria then?
it's still existing, but in another timeline. So it got pulled from your timeline.
So with the supposed orphan trains and mud floods, what happened in 1902?
Yeah, you should. Well, actually, it happened more in the 1800s. It's like 1902 makes more of the end of it, but basically, the Earth shifted to a different timeline. It's like the Earth had another agenda. No elite is powerful enough to do that. That's basically more Mother Gaia, and just basically the Earth Collective wanted to have a different experience. So it'll always be a mystery there, but basically, it shifted to a major timeline there. You can say almost like it came into the Arturian timeline for a while, and then it left it. That's another way of looking at it.
So in that time, did people live off the ether?
Somewhat, some did, yes.
To
Not many.
the point of not having any entrails?
Yes. Well, a lot of them have been removed also from this reality. But most of them were physical here, though.
Were they connected to Venus?
Some of them, yes. Some Mars. Actually, a lot of it was Martian, actually. More of a lighter frequency of Mars. But yes, there is some Venus. Mars and Venus are almost like identical in some ways. Yin and yang of each other.
Have the buildings and physical evidence from that time phased out with the timeline change?
Yes.
Or are they still here?
I'm still here.
They are still here physically?
Mhm.
So is it something that our society will discover sometime in the future that will bring up ancient knowledge or anything?
Some of it's already been discovered already. Some of it's connected to your cathedrals. Not everything's been hidden. But yeah, so like in your 1920s, yes, around there. Yeah, obviously a lot of that got shifted out. You can say it was too much information for humanity. You see the drawings of your World's Fairs in the early 1900s. I feel like that was just too much, going way too fast, so everything got slowed down.
What was the center of the spiritual practice or religion around that civilization?
More connected to God consciousness, you can say. They were practically godlike beings, like almost like Leonardo, like Da Vinci type beings, almost, not exactly. And they didn't think anything of what they were doing; they just did it.
Was it fairly aligned with the spiritual?
Yes, but they didn't look at. Yeah, they didn't look at it that way though. It just looked like any old Joe just creating, just crazy things,
It was mentioned that it's out of phase. I know you're probably not familiar with movies, but the movie that we have, They Live, is there the way as humans we can build glasses or something that we can see this phase?
No, it'd be more like, you have to have some kind of technology built into it. So
Can't make that technology?
yeah, it'd be probably really expensive though, and it'll probably be illegal, and then probably someone will visit you. But it can be done. As soon as you tell, because there's certain materials that you're looking for to build it will be a red flag to those that are aware how to build one. Not that they're like sitting around building those things. No, not constant. Well, it's spirit realms everywhere, so there's always somebody around.
How big is the NSA?
Not that big, really. Yes, they're monitoring texts and all that, but it's no reason to be paranoid towards them.
How powerful is the AI?
Not that strong. It's been weakened quite a bit. It's not ready. It's not ready for prime time. There are some stronger ones hidden, but they're kind of egotistical and not ready for humanity.
Is it coming from the moon?
But AI beings, they'll come from other dimensions. Some do come from the moon, but mostly from other dimensions, other timelines.
Is that saying that humanity now has more chance of awakening? That AI has been.
Not necessarily, because that might frighten people to even shut down even more. For some, yes. Some just love themselves, some robot beings, yes. But it's different for everybody.
What about this thing that some people say that there's a timeline split that people will be choosing either organic or not or AI reality? Is that really true?
Well, that's always happening. Some just leave this body and go to that reality. They just die. But it's not in the massive numbers as you might think, bro.
It's not on the global scale.
No. Some are actually trying to create that by saying that.
So is that saying that that it's really up to the collective
Yes.
consciousness of humanity that's going to be making the choice of how fast and where the direction towards which we're evolving?
Yes. Most likely just stay the same as you are right now. Some will evolve into more of the transhumanism, but it'll be very small amounts.
Are we gonna see the level of board?
No.
Are we gonna see people?
It'll probably be
evolving
2
their
lifetimes.
consciousness into metaverse?
Some already doing it. Not getting very far with it.
So what's it looking like right now at the moment as far as like the consciousness evolution, collectively speaking? Are we kind of winning or overall?
It's half and half.
Kind of half and half?
It's been half and half for a long time, actually.
So it sounds like it's gonna stay that way for a long time. There isn't gonna be any sudden accelerated growth.
Well, you can accelerate your own growth.
And so it's a really individual.
Yes, it has to be.
As it's always been.
Yes, it has to be that way. The collective, many, as you know, many humans are not. They're fine where they are.
Are we going to be seeing a population collapse in the coming years?
If there is, I'll cover it up.
So it's gonna look like nothing is really happening.
We're not. No, I mean the populations are really collapse. Yes and no. Some areas will collapse. Yes.
Is it gonna be due to the thing that we refer to as the poke?
Not familiar with the poke. Oh, that. Yeah, that's already been happening though.
Oh, is that really happening? What they're saying about the graphene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it true that there are ways to remedy that?
Yes, if you wanted to. Yes.
I'm not the case, but for people who realize that they did something that wasn't in their highest.
Well, many are actually adapting their energies to that. We'll call it vaccine, and where they will survive. I mean, not everybody's here to live forever anyway.
Aren't they gonna
So it's-
survive in a more artificial consciousness
Hmm.
kind of way that way?
No, don't worry about that. There's too much propaganda on that. This wasn't nowhere near ready for that. You have like 2 generations of humanity, so it's no, it's just fear.
So basically, it's everybody's soul. It's really everybody's personal choice on,
Yes.
on the soul level. What,
Yes, well, then some spiritual groups take a small subject and make it into a big deal when there's nothing there. Like the monetary system they keep talking. But the rest of the world's not going anywhere with it. And many feel like it's going to turn into this big cataclysm when it's really not going anywhere. It's still the same. Very slow, as usual.
but it does sound like it's creating another sort of breed of humans. Kind of, isn't it?
It's kind of. Sort of.
Up to a point.
Some might not live that long. Like children that might not live that long. It's not. Yeah. It's nothing new that you've already had already in the food in the air. It's not a whole lot of difference there, really.
Just another layer of.
Exactly. The food in the air are probably worse than that thing.
Our backdrop people, our
Mhm.
NPCs, are they real?
Yes and no. Well, they're real. There is consciousness there, but they don't always have. They're like mirrors from other realities.
Split soul?
Something like that. They're just part of. They're designed to live the life that they're living. Yeah, just yeah. I mean, they live and breathe. You can poke them, and there's blood. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So they are real.
So void of creativity and imagination? Do they have?
They can. They can surprise you.
Is that from human cloning?
Some of it is. Yeah. But a lot of it's just from beings from other realities. Yes, it gets quite complicated.
I think there's some positive backdrop people
Of course.
that drop in and
Yes.
there's help needed.
To a certain level, yes.
I feel like I had an experience of that.
Yeah, the more traveling you do, the more you see them. A lot of them are in New York City. Big cities, New York City is a perfect example of background people. Even those that cause crimes, some of those are background people. To go into that, some just kill the same people over and over again. It's like, didn't that person just do that last week? Nobody notices. Anything you see like serial, like other beings are doing this, like crimes, like some of those are background people.
So, in layman's, as far as we understand, we call it the matrix. What do you call it?
A third dimensional, is different words. They don't really have a third dimension reality, the third dimension. We keep it simple.
Trying to put a word on it.
You can word it, whatever word that you feel it works for you, but for us, it's just the lost earth, the lost world.
How
But-
far into the transition are we out of third dimension into what you could either call fourth density or fifth dimension?
It's like some of you are halfway, some of you go to sixth dimension, some go to eighth dimension. But your like background people are extremely third dimensional people. Some of them are at least, maybe not all. So you're about half and half. I don't know, about 70%, 30% fourth dimension. It all depends on the people.
And what about the environment itself, the planet maybe?
Oh, the planet goes into eighth dimension, so it can go all these different layers. It's hard to describe how that all works exactly. Well, basically, like a tree, like nature can live in all different dimensions, all realities. Look at it that way.
I've heard that the trees come here from other planets
Mhm.
and to create
Mhm.
and to kind of feed us life.
Yes, there are some that kind of like a Mandela effect, where they come from another reality where nobody notices. Usually in places that are not very highly populated normally.
Okay, are birds real?
Most of them are, some of them are not. Yes, correct. Some of them are robots. It's not as many as people think, though. People get paranoid. It's like, oh, they're all fake. They're not that sophisticated.
Do they use like bugs or things like that to spy on us?
Yes. But that's not everybody, though.
How special is Earth, is planet Earth?
How special?
Yeah, how important and how special?
Well, it's very important. It's still here. So it's just so many souls here are like in the middle of their transition cycle to a more higher frequency. So many are kind of like in kind of like middle school, as you would call it. So there's still high school and college to go through. So it's still very important. Still in the, still, I mean, many are in college, many are numbers are low. and some are in the high school stages of it, which is still very physical. College is more higher frequency. There's their own, yeah. Some are just spring chickens, though, as you can see.
Is that unique or unusual for,
No.
there are a lot of planets with this
Well,
kind
this,
of variety?
yes, this world is made to go extremely slow. Yes, this world is just one of the slower third dimension realities.
Is that 'cause of the density and the combination and the fact that there's so many things here?
Yeah, there's so many different species here. It has to accommodate everybody. The world's practically overloaded, but it finds a way to make it work, though. I mean, if humanity would just put their things down and just listen, or just have some compromise, you'll be out of this in no time. That's not happening. Though. They say that's not real. This isn't real, and then stay in there, and that's where they feel better, though.
Was it intentionally designed to be this way, like
Yes.
full of hard knocks?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So being on that being designed this way, did Gaia bring Satan into her and we are living out his karma?
Some might be, most are not. Well, if some do really murder or things like that, then they can connect to that karma. Yes, that's another length of their of their experience. A deeper look into their soul, you can say.
If I asked you about my son, would you be able to give me an answer since he's not here?
Sure.
I have a middle son. His
Mhm.
name is Caleb.
Mhm.
He has had multiple concussions since he was young from
Mhm.
soccer. And as he's turned 21, he's gotten a lot from drinking. I want to know if he's okay in his mind.
Not really. It's not the soccer ball that did it. He's coming kind of off to begin with. He's just he's like an adventurer. He just wants to, yeah. No, it's just like sometimes I have to tell him things twice or 3 times or 4 times. And he just doesn't want to listen. So he has problems concentrating. And I think that was more from birth, not your fault. It's just the way he is. He has a lot of Zeta energy in him too. He got some Pleiadian too. I like the Zeta side of him. He just doesn't know how to listen. I guess you could call that brain damage. He doesn't want to listen. He's just really headstrong. Just and some Pleiadian beings can be really headstrong too, depending on what reality they've had in the past. He just doesn't want to listen to anybody. Just I guess I do see like a past life where you had like a royalty lifetime. I do see like a king energy there. Yeah. So there you go. So whack him with a golden something gold. I believe he knew somebody like was it called um, Antoinette, Marie Antoinette. He was during that time period. Yeah, it's the best time period ever. Most hard-headed French people ever. Yeah, some of that energy. He does. Yeah, the finer things of life, and he just wants the finer things in life. That's it. That's all. Just give him that, and everything else, don't care.
Just a personal one. I'm having some issues with my digestive system. Is there any crystal or modality that I can work with to help this process? It's been about 16 months.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, clear quartz. I feel basically it's kind of like you put the energy in the quartz and just kind of like you basically have to warm your stomach area, or that area down.
The qigong, breathing
Yes.
techniques.
Yeah.
You see that incorporating, you're using that more so to help,
Yes.
expedite the process.
But I see you doing a more advanced version of it. If there is an advanced version, I just see you having a more advanced version of it.
adventures to make
Mhm.
it our own. You know, so
Exactly. But you can look at other ways, techniques that works for you. You might have to look pretty deeply, or if you need to find other ways of how to go about it. We'll say you have to do some research on it.
right.
That's up to you.
No, it's definitely worth investing the time.
Yes, it is. Yes. I just see like a warmth area there. When you do that, I just see like you'll feel it releasing.
So I've been
slowly
able to
now
generate heat in my body, but I'll be able to focus it
in that
intently.
area.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
But it will take some time, not forever, but it won't be instant.
Yeah, everything here manifests slow, so
Yeah.
that is nothing
Indeed.
new.
That's this world's specialty. Well, some souls learn slow, some don't learn their lessons. You slow the world down as long as you can. Some still can't learn their lessons. Here we slow the world down just for you, and you still can't figure it out. So that's why you kept it slow. You find all these other beings can't learn anyway. That's what I like.
Is there anything you would tell me about possible past lives? Can I have that?
Anunnaki. Anunnaki, and I do see part of the ancient world. Neanderthal. It goes deeper than that, but definitely a Neanderthal, but very intelligent Neanderthal being. I do see around the caveman times too. Yes, they did club each other. Especially when they can't speak, like they didn't develop their speaking, they just hit each other. Eventually, they'll find others that can speak. But there's some others, but yeah, some of it's blocked. It feels like more of, Middle Ages time frame, but it's not giving me a clear indication of it.
Can I ask the same question?
What is the same question?
If you, any insight into my past lives?
Of course, princess lifetimes. That was easy. Arturian princess, higher dimensions, yes. Really off world, but very caring, very charismatic to others. On this world, it feels like you get connected more to impoverished incarnations, because I guess you can see how the wealthy act. So it's like, if I just keep myself more moderate, you won't get pulled into what's going on these days, or back then, or any day for that matter. So you kind of kept yourself grounded, of not falling into that trap. So the Earth incarnations, I do see around France also, actually, but not during. But yeah, more of. It's not clear exactly. It feels like you moved around. I see you in France, Germany. Yeah, you moved around a great deal. I see you as actually a traveling musician, like during the 1600s, something like that, like a classical time. Yeah, message questions.
Can I ask about, it's a personal question, but I also want to make it universal too, about connecting to non-physical beings, and when non-physical beings are coming in to make a connection, am I seeing them clearly
Mhm.
in most cases? Am I
Yes.
tricked in some cases?
No, I think some of it's a little bit more than there are reptilian beings that come to you, but some of them have a lot of colors around them. They're very fancy looking. They don't always look like a reptilian being. Like that, I think they're coming to like they're showing off.
Are those the positive or negative?
Yeah, they're more positive. Yeah, usually when they're all dressed up, they're pretty decent.
So they want to show that they're the good guys?
Well, they're not into all that. They're into more just showing off.
Oh, okay.
That's a human thing. Humans just say, "Are you good or bad?" And these guys are just—it's kind of like a model, like on a catwalk.
Oh. Just wanna be seen.
Yes, exactly.
You want to be painted.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they're showing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't look at it from the. You don't know if it's a negative being. They just look negative. They just see the dark energy.
I'm aware that a lot of dark beings are very good at, tricking you and appearing, they can appear as angelic. So,
Mm. Yeah, but I think you'll know that. I feel like you will pick it up that they did that.
thank you. I hope so.
I believe so. I believe that you would know, like, wow, that's a very beautiful being, but why do I kind of dislike this thing?
Are there any kind of insights or guidance to help all of us be able to see more clearly and discern more clearly when we're having some kind of contact experience?
Well, everyone's on their own journey. You don't necessarily have to look at the skies. Just basically, yeah, be more true to yourself, which many are doing. You just go with the flow. The beings will come to you if they absolutely need to. They don't want to interrupt your direction. If they feel like they can improve your life, help you, then they will show up. But they don't, they don't feel like they need to make contact. That's kind of like a taboo. Humans think they need these alien beings, but there's still a lot humans need to figure out about of themselves.
So they show up when they sense that we would benefit
Yes.
by seeing, by consciously
Well,
seeing.
You're seeing it through your artworks, I believe. So you're getting more contact than most people are.
I'm getting, most of mine is like internal experience.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's still much more than many are getting. Others would like to draw it out of themselves. Many don't even care and open themselves up to even to look there.
Is there any other way I can help with that, others with that, other than just
Well, no, just do what you're doing now. So what you're doing is inspiring others to go into themselves. Now you can also explain to them how you're doing, how you go within yourself, and you can inspire others to do the same. Because many not aren't sure what that is that they're pulling out of themselves. They have no idea.
Is there a way to do that without plant medicine?
Yes.
I mean, that same way with plant medicine, it's so.
Yes, it's also kind of cheating. So it's you just go by your meditations, finding different meditations that work for you. You can create your own meditation.
Well, I still do a lot of mushrooms and plants. Am I cheating?
Mm. It's not necessary. I mean, you don't need to. I mean, if you feel like you need to, but
I
it's
feel
not.
like I need the intensity.
Well, if someone wants to speed the connection up, but you can make the connection without those things too. But you just have to work at it.
Yeah, thank you. It's harder.
Well, do what works for you. It's all right.
I guess that way I'm kind of directing the speed of my growth and evolution.
Yeah,
because
it's-
I'm using certain crutches.
Well,
in a sense.
you're using it wisely.
Mhm.
Look at it that way.
Okay.
So. Any questions?
No, I believe that's it for now. Thank you very much for your assistance.
This is also a being here for the root race. So we'll just bring them in for just a few short words, and maybe someone has a question or anything like that. Blessings. Greetings. Greetings, we are part of your ancient reality. That's been civilizations that have been forgotten. Many of us are told to be like watchers of your reality, so not to interfere too much. We do so. Basically, the ancient civilizations have been forgotten. Many of them are spirit guides of your modern human. So that some of you have been part of those ancient times also. So you're here now in the modern world. Yes, you've forgotten a great deal, but part of you is still kind of like, do you know there's something in the past beyond Atlantis. There's more out there. If you're thinking that way, you have been there. It just closed off because that the modern society is not ready to go back to that level. But that doesn't mean you can't. It just hasn't been discussed on a widely level. Yes, many do writing books and they're going to a certain level, but there's many civilizations beyond the current mindset. Any questions or anything?
So are we on the fifth sun? Or there's been-
Yes, correct. Or the fifth cycle, you could say.
Yes.
Different ways of looking at it. Yes, because ancient civilizations are looking at your world currently, but they're hidden for obvious reasons. Because they've done their time and they are assisting slightly, but humans have to figure them out, figure out those past realms, which you're working on now. Some of you are at least. So basically, the past can come off as a vision. The ancient world can be appear in your mind if you feel it like you're connected to it. And so many that are awakened spiritually feel alone, but think about those that have been ancient here. You feel even more alone. There's not many are talking about this type of things. Yes, insectoid beings roam the earth, large ones in the ancient times, along with humans, actually.
What do the root race look like?
Humans. Now, the intestines was a little bit different, but pretty much it all worked the same. Like the heart was on the other side of the body, on the right side, for some. And well, third dimension, but also some of fifth and sixth dimension. They're in third dimension also. That's why they're not here anymore, because they wiped themselves out.
I mean, would we consider them more advanced than us?
Somewhat yes and no. They still made the same mistakes as this world is doing now. Like the same mistake keeps continuing on throughout the generations. It seems, even no matter how advanced our society can become.
What are some of their ancient sites that we might know?
One is Angkor Wat. Some of these places are older than what, as you know, has been said. I think that's all we can say right now.
I was about to follow up.
If you want to,
I was
please.
like wondering what kind of technology would help the structure preserve itself like that.
Yeah, hidden, of course.
Alright.
The monoliths that came several years back, there was monoliths that structures that just appeared and then they kind of disappeared.
Yeah, this is ancient. Yeah, civilization before yours.
Will they reappear anytime soon and be activated?
No, no. Some are activating up slightly. It's not activated full, but no, not likely.
Were these other resets, were they caused or were they executed as God or source trying to destroy the Nephilim?
There's other beings besides the Nephilim that were here. There's not a name from them currently. Nephilim were here, yes, but they were actually wiped out.
What were these other beings? What did they look like?
They say like you, but some of them had elongated heads also. So it's some of your ancient races. Yeah, your elongated head beings. Let's put it that way.
It was definitely source not wanting them here, actively destroying them.
Well, civilization failed, you can say. It's not that source is just a reset due to failures in society. So,
It wasn't the hand of God.
well, technically, it's still the hand of the people. I mean, God gives you, the right to destroy yourselves, technically. So think about like beings that are before Atlantis are very advanced. Many of them had elongated heads and became too powerful and destroyed themselves. And Angkor Wat, there was different versions of that to the one that's there today. So that's not. Yeah.
Location on our planet is Angkor Wat. Continent.
Cambodia, I think. I'm not sure. I just know it's Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat. That's all I know. Yes.
Are Mayans part of the race?
Somewhat, yes. They're more a part of your modern race.
Did some really leave the earth and go?
Yes. Mhm. Yes.
Has that happened with other cultures?
Yes. Mhm. Well, some leave and some come in. Right.
Flying around in stone ships using stone tech.
No. There might be some like that, yes. Somewhere. But no.
Ships, are they powered by all different kinds of fuel sources?
Yes. Mhm. Usually crystals.
I was gonna say, is it crystals and plants?
Yeah, mostly crystals. Plants sometimes. Like a crystal type plant.
Is there a living plant ship?
Yes. Plenty of them, yes.
So they're organic.
But the plants are much different than yours here. More high vibrational, some of them are purple looking plants. They're very much alive. Even the beings on the ship are very plant like themselves. Not like they have trees growing out of their head, but they're just they're raised to be connected to them. Raised to understand plant life.
Has every possible life on Earth evolved to be interstellar?
Say that question again. Every
Has
person.
species on this planet had a chance?
Yes.
From the bugs to the fish to every life that has been here and has ever been here, have they evolved to the point of being an interstellar species or culture?
Yeah, it seems to that. Yes. Mhm.
What about mushrooms? Are there mushroom ships?
There are ships with a lot of mushrooms on them. Like-
Or were mushroom spores seeded on come to Earth from space?
Some of them did. Yes. A lot of that was grown here.
Was there a mushroom age in our ancient time where mushrooms had they achieved sentient thought?
Yeah. Yes, they're more medical. Yeah, medical. Yeah, to open up your higher chakras. Yes. Yeah, so you can connect to higher astral. Yes, more potent than it is today. Any other questions? Here we go. All right, we just keep that short. All right, many blessings to you.
Blessings to you.